On this James the Bike Guy, we're taking a look at the 2021 Trek Roscoe 7. This is Trek's mid-level hardtail mountain bike that runs 27.5-inch plus-size tires and is a great point for somebody looking for a real mountain bike to get into the sport or upgrade from their older one. So we're going to go into some of the features and designs of this aluminum plus-sized hardtail, as well as figure out exactly what it weighs. So if you enjoy videos like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button. That way you can see more videos like this in the future. So checking out the bike, the Trek Roscoe series has been around for quite some time now, and it's a plus size 27.5-inch wheeled bike. What that means is this is going to come with 2.8-inch tires on 27.5-inch wheels, giving it a little bit more stability and a little more traction than a traditional mountain bike. But the plus size tires have the same outside rolling diameter as a 29er. So you're going to get some nice handling, some good rollover, lots of grip out of these tires. And then the frame of the Roscoe is set up more geared towards the rider that is getting into the sport and wanting to be able to use it kind of all around, being a great trail bike that can climb, can descend, and can otherwise ride a wide variety of trails. So the bike is using Alpha Gold aluminum for the frame set. It's got internal cable routing. It's an 1.125 to 1.5 head tube angle with an angle of 67.2 degrees in the size medium. The seat tube angle on the bike is 69.6 in a medium, and then the chainstay length is 438 millimeters. So those are relatively conservative numbers compared to some of the other brands that you see out there, but that's what's going to give it that ability to be a really nice all-rounder bike. You know, with a 67.5 degree head tube angle, that's slack enough to be confident descending, but it's not so slack that it's going to feel floppy or, you know, not very easy to get around on tight trails. And the 120 millimeter suspension is going to aid in that as well. So this has the RockShox Judy SL. This is a solo air spring fork, so you can adjust it for your weight. It's going to have their turnkey lockout, which is going to allow you to go from all the way open, rotate it down to be totally locked out, and then you can adjust compression as you go through. And then very nicely down at the bottom of the fork leg, you're going to have your rebound control to be able to speed up or slow down rebound as needed. The axle standard on the bike is going to, of course, be Boost 15x110, and that brings us to the back where Trek uses Boost 141. This is the quick release version of Boost. It gets some slack because it's not through axle, but by going quick release, they're able to put a little bit nicer spec on the bike for the same price. And speaking of which, this is going to be a 12-speed drivetrain. So we're checking out SRAM's SX drivetrain, which means it's got an Eagle SX rear derailleur running 12 speeds on this 11 to 50 tooth cog in the back. Runs on a standard HG driver going forward into the SRAM SX crankset. This crankset has a 30 tooth narrow wide steel chainring. It's through a threaded bottom bracket and should operate a very nice drivetrain for this hardtail. One thing that I really love about the bike is, of course, it's going to come stock with a dropper post. So this dropper post here is operated by a thumb lever on the handlebar, and what happens is when you press that button, the seat post can rise, and that allows you to set the saddle height to the right height for when you're riding. But of course, when you start to go down or descend down a hill, you can drop that dropper post down into the frame, getting it out of your way so you can shift your weight further back. On the dropper post, you've got Bontrager's Arvada saddle, which is a pretty decent mountain bike saddle. And then going forward, you're gonna have a Bontrager approved 31.8 handlebar. It's got a 15 millimeter rise, and it's connected up to the Bontrager Rhythm Comp stem. This is a nice short stem, which should help with the feel of the front end of the bike, and matched up with that 15 millimeter rise, suspect it'll put you in a nice comfortable spot. Shifting is of course done with the SX Eagle shifters. So this is a thumb lever configuration, so thumb button for an easier gear, further forward thumb button for a harder gear. and you'll be able to operate Shimano's MT200 brake set. This is a mineral oil hydraulic disc brake set. It's running 180 millimeter rotor up front and then 160 millimeter rotor in the rear, using a 2-piston Shimano caliper running on mineral oil. And then the last thing to talk about on the bike is going to be the wheel and tire setup. So we talked a bit about these plus size wheels and tires, and this is a spot where I really feel like the 2021 comes spec so well. So this is using Bontrager's Line 40 rims. These wheels are 28 hole and tubeless ready. And then the tires that are mounted on it are the Maxxis Recon 27.5 by 2.8 inch plus size tires. And these are really crazy because you're getting a name brand tire, you're getting the exo protection and the tubeless setup on here, so that this bike is out of the box ready for a set of tubeless valves and sealant, and you'll be able to run this thing tubeless. And I really love to see that Bontrager's gone with a Maxxis tire on here, because the Recon tire, at least in my area, is a very nice combination of fast rolling, plenty of grip, and in this 2.8 inch width, I think it'll be a terrific trail tire for this Roscoe. So now that we've taken a look at some of the features and designs of this 2021 Trek Roscoe 7, let's go ahead, get it on a scale, and see what this thing weighs. The actual weight of the Trek Roscoe 7 in a size medium comes in at 32.03 pounds. Well, thanks for watching this video on the 2021 Trek Roscoe 7. Please let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you got some questions about the bike, definitely drop them down there as well. I'll do my best to answer them, as well as hit the thumbs up button. It really lets me know that you enjoyed the video. And then don't forget to hit the subscribe button. That way you can see more videos like this in the future.